welcome to day 7 of the Eat to Live challenge. So again, parked at work, trying to keep the sun from making half of me brilliantly white. It's very sunny out, which is really nice actually. It's nice to go to work with the sun up, and it's nice to leave work in the morning with the sun coming up. Get to see a little bit of the daylight outside. So I don't know if you guys know much about caloric density or not, but the reason that you're supposed to eat a whole bunch of raw vegetables is because they're almost always 100 calories per pound or less. Like cucumbers, I think, are about 70 calories per pound. So you could eat like an entire pound of cucumbers. Did I say celery? Anyway, you could eat like an entire pound of cucumbers for like 70 calories. That's really, really awesome. So they're very bulky, they've got lots of fiber, and so you want to eat as many raw vegetables as possible so you get lots and lots of nutrition without as many calories. So cooked vegetables are good for you too, but they're about twice the caloric density, so they're usually like 200 calories per pound. So I just decided that I couldn't really care today. Sorry about that, but it's true. So I'm having leftovers. I'm having 2 different sets of leftovers, and I'm having about 2 pounds of cooked vegetables, which to me is just fine. I mean, I know that the challenge is a pound of raw, a pound of cooked, and I get that. And it's just not happening today. So I have a container of the enchilada chili, the Frontera enchilada chili. And I have a container of the, not sure really what to call it, but maybe like, whatever, what did I call it the other day? Ginger stir fry? I don't remember what I called it the other day. Anyway, the stir fry that I made the other day for lunch that had the ginger in it, and it had the curry in it. Oh, that's what I called it, ginger curry stir fry. Yeah. Anyway, so I had both of those, and I have a pound of each with vegetables. The chili has some beans in it, so it's probably got at least half a cup of beans in it, if not, yeah, probably about half a cup of beans in it. So, really good food, very good for me. Between both of those, you know, I would say maybe 350 calories for each one, maybe 400 at most because of the beans in the one, and then my husband put half a cup of rice in with the stir fry veggies when he packed my food. So yeah, let's just be generous and say 400 calories in each container. So that's 800 calories, not that many. And he did make me a smoothie before coming to work, so I've been drinking that, and it has 2 ounces of raw spinach in it. So I have a little bit of a fresh vegetable. So it has 2 servings of fruit, because I have a banana and 2 dates. 2 dates are equal 1 serving. So a banana and 2 dates, 2 servings of fruit, 2 ounces of spinach, excuse me, a bunch of water, a little bit of cacao powder or cocoa powder, I'm not sure which one I bought recently, some peppermint, there's more in there than that. A little bit of soy milk, ice. I can't think of anything else that goes in there. That's about it. Anyway, it's very good. I think he put a little bit, so when he made this for me when I was on my last challenge, and I had to have all that soy protein powder, he would make it with extra peppermint extract and extra chocolate because it had to overcome the power of the soy protein powder. Well, there's no soy protein powder in there, although the other powders are still in there. I do have my amla and turmeric and psyllium and plant sterols, but he might have used the extra peppermint. It's very pepperminty. But anywho, it's very good. I like it a lot. It's just stronger than I used to have in the past, but it's very good. So anyway, I didn't bring any fruit with me because I had 2 servings of fruit already in my drink, and I think that those 2 meals should be plenty. And if I'm hungry in the morning, I'll eat something when I get home. I'm not really sure if Anthony's gonna go grocery shopping tomorrow or the day after. I don't really know, but we're running low on fresh vegetables in the house. Like, I think there's half a cucumber left. Excuse me. Sorry. And you know what I should do? I should make like a tomato stack. Get some big beefsteak tomatoes, or some big, maybe just even some little tomatoes. Make slice them thin, or not super thin, but slice them like that, and then put in between each slice, you put a little bit of hummus and nutritional yeast and garlic powder, and then just make layers, and then you kind of cut it with a steak knife so that you have kind of like a tomato pancake thing going on. I should do that. That would be delicious, I bet. I hope. I don't know, never made it before. Sounds good though. Anyway, guys, I need to go into work, and I hope you're having a fabulous day and everything's going well for you, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. Well, good morning, everyone. So I am just now leaving work, and two things that I wanted to talk to you about today, or this morning. So let's see. Yeah, so I had my leftovers for supper and lunch last night, whatever you want to call it, breakfast, lunch, supper, 2 meals. Anyway, the ginger curry stir-fry, Thai curry stir-fry stuff that I made, holy cow, it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was way better today than it was when I ate it the other day. That was super, super yummy. I'm definitely going to have to do that again. Although I didn't measure anything, so I'm going to have to try to throw the similar ingredients together and see what I come up with. See how that works out for me. That's how I do everything, pretty much. Just put a whole bunch of stuff together and see how it turns out. And then I try to repeat it, and yeah, hopefully it comes out the second time. Anyways, I do that with baking too. It drives my husband insane. He's like, so how much of this did you use? I was like, I'm not 100% sure. But most everything I make turns out fine. So anyway, that was one thing. It was super yummy. I really enjoyed my supper. And then the second thing was that I didn't really get a chance to watch much of it because I'm at work, but I got to listen to all of it. I watched a new documentary called Hope, with periods in between it, so I don't know what that stands for, but What You Eat Matters. I think it's a 2018 documentary. But anyways, I watched it on YouTube last night. There's a significant amount of it in German, so that was not super convenient because I really don't speak German at all. And yeah, it wasn't convenient for me to try to look at my phone and read the teeny tiny little print that was on it for the subtitles. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys in case you haven't seen it, and you're planning on watching it, or you want to watch it, or you haven't even thought about it and now you're going to think about it. The first 45 minutes of it seemed very much like a recap of Forks Over Knives, which that's not a bad thing. It simply is not new information with new key players, but at the same time, it was a good overview. So the first 45 minutes, no problem. The rest of it was downhill from there. And I don't say that to mean that it wasn't an excellent documentary, because it really was, and it did a really good job portraying what happens in factory farms and slaughterhouses for the second part of the movie. But it was so hard to watch. Oh my gosh. Listening to it was horrible enough, but then the parts of it that I was actually at my desk and got to see some of it was just horrible. So from about 45 minutes until about the last 10 minutes of the movie, I would say if you're at all sensitive to animal abuse and cruelty, you may want to skip that. It really was very, very sickening, and just, I just can't imagine the cruelty that goes on in that kind of an industry, and it's horrible. It's so sad. So sad. So anyways, at the end of the movie, though, the documentary, they did have kind of an uplifting part with animals and humans interacting and that type of thing. So I would definitely not choose to watch it again, because it was very, very hard to watch it the first time with the abuse that was being portrayed to animals. But was it a good documentary, especially it was an excellent reminder of why I don't want to eat Canadian bacon and pineapple pizza. Okay, that's what that is. It's an excellent reminder of, not even for my health reasons, but for what it does to the animals. So there you go. It was very sad. Oh my goodness. So, anywho, I don't think, in fact, I know when I get home I'm not going to eat anything because I'm not hungry at all. I was just going to tell you that I'm tired. Maybe I'll just show you instead. I'm tired. So, I'm going to go home and go to bed. Yesterday, I went to bed relatively early and then unfortunately woke up very early and didn't get back to sleep. So I got about 4.5 hours of sleep yesterday, which is quite doable for me. It just doesn't, it's not as awesome as 6 hours, for example. So anyway, I'm going to go home and go to bed pretty much right away. And then if I wake up this afternoon and I can't go back to sleep again, maybe rather than just hanging out in bed and reading and laying there and hoping to fall back asleep for several hours, maybe I will just get up and do something with my kiddos. It's getting to the point where it's nice enough that we can go to the pool pretty often. They just went yesterday morning, so we try not to go. 2 of my kids can't wear sunscreen, so we try to build them up. Like, they play outside all year round. Like, my boys are total boys. They are outside playing all year round. And so they've got a nice healthy glow to their skin where their t-shirts aren't, but the rest of them is like lily white, you know, like white. So we limit the time that they spend outdoors in the sun to begin with. So we'll go to the pool for like 25 minutes, maybe half an hour at most for the first few times, and then bump it up to maybe 30-35 minutes. And then by the end of the summer, they're in the pool for an hour and a half, and no problems at all. We don't allow them to get sunburns, just because it's foolish to be out in the sun long enough to burn your skin if you can help it. That's coming from someone who has had 3 second-degree sunburns in her life. So do as I say, not as I did. Although I was a child for 2 of them, so I can't really blame myself for that one. That was not entirely within my control, and my mother had no idea what was going on. So if she had known, she wouldn't have allowed me to be out in the sun either. So, anyways, I don't have anything else exciting to tell you. But if you check out the documentary, "What You Eat Matters," and "Hope What You Eat Matters," feel free to leave a comment below about what you thought. Were you as disturbed by it as I was? Because so sad. But anyway, that's it for me for today, and I will talk to you guys again tonight, and hope you're having a good one. Bye!